What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex, and you're watching the Ragin Nation Toy Show. This is just a web series where I talk about toys and collectibles that I'm excited about and most likely will end up adding to my collection. This is episode number 2, and thank you so much, everybody, for welcoming this brand new web series that I just started. Episode 1 happened a little bit over a week ago, and I'm very happy with the response. Thank you so much for all your support and all your views. We're going to keep it going. This is episode 2, and we're actually going to follow up on some of the things that I talked about from the previous episode, and that episode was about the new Transformers Studio series. The Transformers Studio series is, of course, a bunch of characters that are from the movies, and this is like a kind of like a commemorative line where it celebrates the popular characters from the Transformers live-action movie franchise. I know they did that with Takara's movie, The Best Line, and the Masterpiece series, but this is something a little bit different. It's a little bit more, it's definitely more financially accessible when compared to the Masterpiece editions, but these are supposed to be the best versions of those character toys. Anyways, in episode 1, we talked about the series and the introduction of the series. And now in this episode, we're going to talk about what's really in this series. Like, what is actually coming out in the various waves. So they were first introduced on Toy Fair, which happened a couple of weeks ago. And then on the same weekend, Winter Wonderfest in Tokyo happened as well. And they debuted the same things, but in the Takara versions. I really don't know the difference between the Hasbro and the Takara versions. I couldn't see any obvious paint scheme differences, so they were pretty much the same to me. And then on the evening of that weekend, on that Sunday, Grimlock, Blackout, and the first wave of the Transformers Studio series from Takara ended up showing up on major Japanese retailers, Japanese-based retailers, like, for example, Hobbylink Japan. And it only took, what, like an hour or even half an hour, I don't really know, for Grimlock and Blackout, the 2 leader class series, the ones that I want the most, to sell out. They were sold out. That's what we talked about in my previous episode, and they never came back in stock. Well, not really in stock, but they never came up for more pre-orders because they never replenished their quantities for more pre-ordering. So that was really, really unfortunate. I was a little bit disappointed about that, but I knew it was early in the game. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure at some point in time, other retailers are going to release it. And, well, I checked out Hasbro Toy Shop, and what do you know? Within like a few days later, the first wave of the deluxes showed up. The thing is that Stinger was the first one to sell out. All the other ones were in stock. And then, boom, I checked it again. Every single one of the deluxes from the first wave were all sold out. Bumblebee, Stinger, Crowbar, and Ratchet, all sold out. So I was thinking, okay, if Hasbro, a toy shop has them sold out, where else can we go? Well, let's check out my favorite Transformers retailer, Aegis3nup.com. And what do you know? I checked as of today, they are up for pre-order. And not just the Hasbro versions, but also the Takara versions. So the Takara versions are available for pre-order, and then the Hasbro versions as well. So I put my pre-orders in. And you should put your pre-orders in as well. I pre-ordered every single Hasbro one that's available because I really can't see the difference between the Takara or Hasbro ones. But next thing you know, once the Hasbro ones are pre-sold out, then it's the Takara ones that will be available, and then those ones get sold out, and then you're going to have a hard time finding them. So what I'm really here to talk about in this episode is what are in the waves. Just to clear up some confusion, what are in the waves and when are they coming out? Well, in the first quarter, we got Wave 1 and Wave 1 Deluxes and Wave 1 Leader classes. Now, based on the information that we have here, the Wave 1 Deluxes are supposed to be out in the first quarter of 2018. So now, they're supposed to be released now. So that would be the, for the Wave 1 of Deluxes, is Crowbar, Stinger, Ratchet, and Bumblebee. Now, these are supposed to be out now, so it should be a matter of time before Aegis 3 and Up gets them, because I've actually seen them available, or rather in hand, from some reviewers. Also, the Grimlock and Blackout is also supposed to be released on this first quarter as well. So those two leader classes, which I really, really want, should be showing up on shelves or on online retailers soon. Now, I also just found out the Wave 1 Voyager classes, that would be Optimus Prime and Starscream, will be out on the second quarter. So basically sometime in April, May, and June. So that's the second quarter. And following that, Wave 2 of the Voyager classes will be Brawl and the Megatron from Revenge of the Fallen. So that's coming out in the third quarter. July, August, and September. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I think this is a decent lineup. I haven't checked out any of the reviews for them, but I think it's a pretty decent lineup, and they're choosing the right characters, and I'm excited to see what else they decide to put out. Now, I just recently saw the listing from Takara on lupaza.com. This was shared by TFW2005.com, that the Jazz and the Takara, the Jazz and the Lockdown Deluxes are coming out on the 7th month. What would that be? July. No, not July. Yeah, July. Yeah, that would be July. So I guess that would be third quarter. That would be the third quarter. As well as the Brawl and Megatron Voyager classes. So that's coming out at the same time. These deluxes will come out at the same time as the Voyagers for the Wave 2. So that is exciting. I'm excited about Wave 2. I really like these ones. Very, very cool. I'm really curious to see which one I'm gonna like the most, this deluxe Jazz from the Studio Series or my Human Alliance Jazz. Who knows? I mean, size isn't always a great thing. This one could have more detail and articulation, but we'll see. I mean, it's gonna be a while before the release is, but we'll see. Anyways, that's not all that's coming out from this line. The Studio Series also has characters that weren't in the movie. For example, this Toys R Us exclusive Thundercracker. They're doing what they've been known for doing, and by they I mean Hasbro. Hasbro is known for releasing characters that weren't in the movies. They've done it before, and now they're doing it again. And it's kind of like a good and bad thing, because it's a good thing because, you know, you're gonna get more toys to add to your collection, and it adds a bit of freshness to the line, because you're seeing characters that you're unfamiliar with in terms of like the way they look. But it's a bad thing in the sense that, well, this just makes it like any other line where they just keep on doing that like they've done before. And, you know, what is their limit? When do they draw the line when, in terms of, when they're going to stop making these characters? They can make whatever character they want at this point, as shown in this example right here, this Toys R Us exclusive Thundercracker. If they're going to make Thundercracker, they're going to make Skywarp. You know what I'm saying? But let me tell you, I'm actually liking the way Thundercracker looks based on this photo. The head is very, very different, very insect-like. It's got a little bit of a Starscream inspiration, but this paint scheme is actually pretty cool. He's got the Thundercracker colors, so, you know, the blue jet, the red and white lines. And this is obviously using Nitro's, well, it's a retooling of Nitro. It's a repaint and retooling of Nitro. So, and Nitro's a pretty good toy in itself, so I'm glad they're at least using a good mold. But they changed it up a bit, and I'm positive that I'm going to end up getting him because, I mean, it looks pretty good, and it'll make it complete. It'll make the series complete. So I pretty much got everything pre-ordered, so I just gotta find this at a Toys R Us and try to get my hands on this one. I mean, it's gonna be a little bit difficult considering we have Toys R Us's closing up all across the continent, so that's gonna make it difficult. But I'm curious to know when this is actually out, because you know, while my Toys R Us is still open, I want to go hunting for that, and that's when the next toy hunt will be. It's for this thing right here. Anyways, that's all I gotta talk about in this episode. This episode was really about more about the Transformers Studio series and how to get them. Once again, support my buddies at www.ages3andup.com. They got them all up for pre-order, whether you prefer Hasbro and Takara. It's all there. Get your pre-orders in, because once they're gone, they're gone. Especially get your pre-orders on that Grimlock and that Blackout. Those will be the first ones to go. All right, so there you have it. Anyways, we got more stuff to talk about. This is the Ragin Nation Toy Show. It's not just about Transformers. So stay tuned for other toy news and toy talk. Stay tuned for episode number 3. As always, if you enjoyed this episode, you want to see more, hit that like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation. Also follow me on Twitter, Ragin Nation. My name is Oxy. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.